Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers to the drawing on April 8th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game, Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, I'll be updating the groups 8A, 8B, and 8C of Powerball number 2. Okay, so I'll show you what that's all about. Also, with this video, I invite you to grab some paper and play along. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so I have 5 colors on my game card. They are red, orange, green, blue, and purple. And these represent the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Powerball homepage, find out what those numbers were. They were the 3, 5, 9, 42, and 52. The Powerball was 11, but right now I'm only concerned about these 5 white ball numbers. Okay, so moving on. So I'm going to go right to updating. I'm going to go to group 2. And this is group 8A. Okay, so basically what I did is I took all 69 numbers and I divided it into 8 different color groups. Okay, so what that means to me is that there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so that means 3 of these color groups cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so if I think the 0, like the last drawing, there was no green numbers that came up. So if I think that's going to happen again, I'm going to take all these green numbers off of my game card. Okay, the 2 to the 28 and the 40 to the 67. Okay, so if I'm correct and none of these blocked out numbers come up, then the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers still have to be on my game card as a highlighted number. Okay, so that's the strategy. And you just keep doing that over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to update this. So the numbers were 3, which is red, 5, yellow, 9, purple. The 42 was orange, and the 52 was yellow. Okay, so I had 2 yellow, the 5 and the 52. And then the 9 was purple. The 3 was red. And the 42 was orange. Okay, so I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue area, the green, the brown, or the gray. Okay, so I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 color groups. And the majority is here on the right side, so I'm going to keep this for green. If the majority was over here on the left side, I would color this for red. Okay, so the reason why I do that is because, you know, when I see something like this where it's all green, well, it reminds me of flipping a quarter. Okay, so how many times can a quarter come up heads before it comes up tails? Okay, so it's the same thing here. It's only red or green. And when I see a bunch of green, I say, okay, when's it going to start turning red? And vice versa. Okay, so this mark right here, this was for the last drawing. I thought there was going to be a hit. I thought that one of these red numbers were going to come up, and one of them did, and that was the 3. Okay, so how you read this is a couple of tools that I have is a 000 or a triple hit. You can see both of them come up fairly often. Okay, so I'm in a position where one of these could be a 000, either the blue or the green. And there's usually a 000. Okay, so that means that it's a pretty good percentage that one of these is not going to come up. Okay, so let's say I go with the blue So I'm going to get rid of all these blue numbers off of my game card, and hopefully that they don't come up. Okay, over here, this blue stripe, this tells me how many blue marks I have here. A blue mark means I have at least 2 zeros or 2 misses. So looking at this, I got 1, 2, 3 opportunities for that to happen. Okay, so you may want to look at that. Okay, so I'm not picking today. I'm just kind of updating and showing you. And what you could do at home is write out 69 numbers. And if you think that it's going to be another 0 right here in the brown, then you'll get rid of these brown numbers, the 7, 16, 25, 33, 37, 46, 55, and 64 off of those numbers, okay? And you keep on doing that until you get it down to 5. All right, so what I'm going to do for you at home is I'm going to go down to the bottom, or as much information that I have, and then I'm going to work my way up. And this is for you at home to look at this and say, okay, I think the 0 is going to be right here. And I'll give you my evaluation as well. Well, one thing is this has been really blue, which means that these red numbers have been really cold. I think that's going to turn around. A dark red hasn't come up in a while, so maybe that's due to come up. And I'm thinking that one of these red numbers are going to come up as well. Okay, so moving on. The numbers were 3, which is in orange, and the 42 is in orange, so I have 2 in the orange. And then the 5 and 9 are both in gray. And then the 52 is purple. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red, no winning Powerball numbers in the blue or the green or the brown or the yellow. Okay, so I hit 3 color groups. The majority is over here to the right side, so I'm going to keep this 3 green. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the bottom again and work my way up. I see a bunch of green here, and again, what I think is when you see a bunch of green, I believe it's going to turn red, and it does a little bit here, but now what's going to happen? I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number. Okay, so I think the majority of the numbers will be on this side. Okay, so you at home may look at that and say, no, Tom, I think that this is going to be a green number. Okay, so, you know, this game is about perspectives, you know. We're both going to have a different perspective. Okay, so you would eliminate those numbers off of your list or game card. And I'm moving on. Okay, so this is my last one of 8A. I only had 3 option cards plus the overview. Okay, so the 3 was red. The 5 and 9 were brown. The 42 was yellow. And the 52 was purple. Okay, so I had no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, the orange, the green, or the gray. So I hit 4 color groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I'm going to color this 4. Okay, so let's check this one out. Again, I see lots of red, very little green, back to red. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be on this side. And what happens a lot, well, you know, maybe not a lot, but a fair amount, is that a 000 will double up like this. And I'm thinking that that's going to happen here with the orange. I'm thinking that this is going to be a 0. So I don't believe that any of these orange numbers are going to come up, so I get rid of them off of my game card. Okay, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm just updating. And now I'm off to the overview. Okay, so I already did the overview just to kind of speed things up. Now what you're looking at, this 03 here, that means that there is no winning Powerball numbers in either of the 3 green groups of each option card. Okay, so I look for that, a 03 or a 30. Both are a big help. Okay, so over here on this side, the advantage is that I use 3 drawings to get this color, okay? But over here I keep track of, this is every single drawing here, okay? So another thing that I do is I put a border around something that flip-flopped, okay? So here's 2-1 and then it flip-flopped, so I bordered that. And I look for something that hasn't been bordered in a while. Okay, so kind of like this purple here. You can see that there was no border all the way down here. Okay, so that's what I look for. Okay, so you can see that the 30, 30, you know, pretty close to the top. Pretty close, 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 close. And then you got these two that are not very close at all. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to flip-flop. And I'm thinking that there's going to be lots of green hits here. So just take a look at this green real quick. Okay, so we'll see, and I'm off to Group 8B now. Okay, so it's the same thing. I got 3 option cards with the overview. Okay, so this blue mark means that I picked that none of these orange numbers would come up in the last drawing. Okay, so we'll see how I did. Okay, so the 3 is in gray. The 5-9 is 2 red. The 42 is green. And the 52 is brown. Okay, so I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 color groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the left side, so I'm going to keep this for red. Okay, so I got that right. There was no winning Powerball numbers in the blue, the orange, the purple, and the yellow. Okay, so let's check this out. Gonna start it out with a bunch of green, and I went to red, and it's still on this red streak here, but you know, I just haven't seen any dark red stripes in a little while, and I think it's kind of due to have one, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number, which means I believe the majority of the numbers will be on this side. And the triple hit seems to come up a lot, so I'm kind of liking this green to have a hit to it. So the 8, 14, 26, 31, 42, 48, 60, 66. I'm thinking that one of these numbers are going to come up. One, maybe even two. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so the 3 is orange. Okay, the 5 is purple. And the 52 is purple. Then the 9 is green. And the 42 is yellow. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red. Or the blue. The brown. Or the gray. So it hit 4 color groups, and the majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I'm going to keep this for green. Okay, so I kind of broke my own rule here, okay, by taking 2. Okay, so, you know, you can see over here that there's a bunch of 4s and 3s. You know, there's a couple 5s here and there. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that for most of the time, 4 of these have a hit to it and 4 of these have a miss to it. So it's kind of like a 50-50 thing here, okay? The odds are 50-50, or close to 50-50 is what I should say. Okay, so even though that the stats say that 4 of these are going to have a miss to it, I still only like to pick 1, okay? So I keep on saying, divide and conquer. Well, this is what I'm talking about, and this is why I gave myself so many option cards here. Okay, so if I could just get one of these correct, I feel that I conquered it, and then I'll move on to another one where I have really good odds of getting at least 1 correct. Okay, so I broke my own rule, and I got 1, and, getting 2 correct is hard. Not impossible, but hard. Okay, so this is all set. Let's check it out. Again, started really, really green. Went red for a little while here. I kind of think that this is due for a dark green stripe like this. So I'm thinking that the majority of the numbers will be on this side. And I'm thinking that this yellow is going to double up like right here. Okay, so the 8, 13, 19, 31, 42, 47, 53, 66. I think I said that 42 a couple times. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was gray. The 5 was green. The 9 was orange. 42 was purple. And the 52 was yellow. So there's no winning Powerball numbers in the red, blue, or brown. So that means it hit 5 color groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the right, so I'm going to color this 5 green. Okay, so here, I thought no orange would come up, and I got that wrong. And that's why I didn't win the Powerball. Okay, so let's take a look. Bunch of red I see. Again, very little green. I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number. Which means the majority will be on this side if my guess is correct. Okay, and I'm kind of looking at this gray. Okay, the 3, 12, 26, 34, 40, 49, 53, 61, 62. Okay, so there's no triple zeros in this last drawing, so maybe there'll be one this drawing. And I got the red and I got the brown as an opportunity. You can see the triple zero has been way down here on the red. It's been really, really hot, so maybe, maybe it's time to cool down. Okay, I'm going to mark that for when I do. I usually mark it either red or blue, but if it grabs my attention during this stage, I'll mark it yellow to say, hey, this grabbed my attention. Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so I'm to the overview, and I already did this just to speed things up. Okay, so one thing that catches my eye here is this purple. Another thing is this green. You can see all these single dark red marks. And then I have one here at the top. Okay, so when's it gonna double up like this? It doesn't seem to double up very often, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. Hopefully it's due. Let's take a look at that green. So I'm thinking every one of these option cards are going to have a hit in the green area. That's the 8, 14, 26, 31, 42, 48, 60, 66. Okay, so green again, the 4, 9, 14, 26, 27, 38, 48, 60, 62. I can see a green here, but okay, the 5, 14, 22, 30, 36, 45, 59, 68. Okay, so if that is indeed going to be a 3-0, then there's going to be a winning Powerball number in these green numbers here. 1, maybe even 2. Okay, so I believe that's it. So I'm going to move on to Group 8C. We'll go through this and then I'll end the video. Okay, so the 3 is yellow. You can see I thought there was going to be a hit here, and I got that correct. The next is 5, red. Then the 9 is blue. The 42 is green. And the 52 is purple. So there's no winning Powerball numbers in the orange, brown, or gray. So that means it hit 5 color groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the left side, so I'm going to keep this 5 red. Okay, so let's go check this out. Again, a bunch of green saying that the majority of the numbers are over here. Starting to turn red a little bit. So I think that I don't know, I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number. Okay, so what's your thoughts at home? Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a hit. Keep on kind of mentioning this 3, so maybe the 3 will come right back up again. Nothing sweeter than a repeater, right? Okay, so I'm moving on. Okay, so the 3 was green. The 5 and the 9 were gray. The 42 was yellow. And the 52 is blue. So there's no winning Powerball numbers in the red, orange, purple, or brown. It hit 4 color groups. Majority of the numbers are over here to the right side, so I'm going to keep this 4 green. Okay, so let's check this out. You know, this one's kind of going back and forth between red and green. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a green number. So I think the majority will be over here. Kind of like in this one to have a triple hit to it. Okay, so I'm moving on. My last one. And then the overview. Okay, so the numbers were 3, which is in green, and the 42. So I got 2 in the green, 1 in the yellow, 1 in the gray, the 9, the 5 was in the yellow, and the 52 is in orange. So I had no winning Powerball numbers in the red, blue, purple, or brown. It hit 4 color groups. And the majority of the numbers are over here to the left side, so I'm going to color this 4 red. Okay, so let's check this out. Again, started off really green, which tells me that majority was on this side. Now I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number right here. So that means I think the majority will be on this side. And I'm thinking this green right here. Oh, there's that 3 again. Okay, so I do have a 000 opportunity. There's a 0 at the triple hit, so maybe this gray will be a triple hit. Okay, so that would be the 8, 9, 13, 26, 30, 39, 44, 57, 62. I think I called out that 9 a couple of times. Okay, so moving on to the overview, which I already did just to kind of speed up time here, save time. So the first thing that I really notice here is what can double up. Okay, so you can see like this 0-3 doubled up. Okay, so I look for the 0-3 or the 3-0, and I got a couple options here with the green and yellow, and one option with the brown. So you can see this just doubled up here in the brown. So I'm not sure if I like that so close. Okay, and the other one, check out this green. So I prefer to see them like this, where it's never doubled up in the information that I have here. Let's check out the yellow. Okay, so, you know, kind of like them both to double up. Let's check them both out, green and yellow. I did kind of like this yellow here. Okay, so the green is kind of sticking out to have a hit to it. Kind of like this green again. I saw the 3 in all of them. Okay, so that's it for this video here. I want to thank you for watching, and in closing, again, thank you for watching. Again, you can support my game through my Patreon page at patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. And if you'd like to give me any feedback, then please email me at decodingpowerball@gmail.com. Again, that's decodingpowerball@gmail.com. And as always, with $186 million on the line, I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.